computer.
Got
Hello,
it.
and welcome to our first podcast. This is the Contessa's Court podcast. Cindy is my co-host. She's one of
Hello.
my best friends. Hello, Cindy.
Hi.
And we are so excited to have Kevin Leslie. He's an actor. He's most known for Rise and Fall of the Craze, which is on Netflix. And we're going to talk with him in about 10 minutes. He'll be here. And so right now, we're going to discuss about the magazines because how this started is because we had 10 magazines. Most famous would be the fashion magazine that I've done for 8 years with Madonna and Lady Gaga on the cover, as well as many other celebrities outside and in. We just launched a wedding magazine in January. We have 8 others in the works or already out. So check us out, Contessa's Court. You'll be able to pull up all the magazines on issue and see all the work that we've done. Cindy is like my right-hand girl.
Hmm.
And I don't know where I would be without her. She's an
Oh, you're too
integral
sweet.
part of this. And the newest magazine that just launched last night is called, it's going to be called CC. So it's going to have our little symbol in the corner, our little logo. And then it's going to be called Money Magazine. And we've already got Lamborghini, Maserati, and
Tesla.
Tesla signed up already. So you can already know that it's going to be an amazing magazine. And David Beckham's going to be on the first cover with a Maserati. Hello. Please say
Awesome.
hi. Woo, 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 woo. I better not dance too much, right? I'll make the computer wobble too much. And in case you're wondering, the pictures, this is me when I was little. This is my son, Austin. He's going to be 29. And this is my mommy and me and my brother. So I have a whole wall of pictures. You can't see them all, but they're there. Look, I can just do, woo.
A lot of
So you
family.
can see there are a lot of pictures of my family. I love my family and I love having a wall full of pictures. I always dreamed of that and I made it happen. I've had it this way ever since we moved into the house. Whenever we get more pictures, there's more pictures that go up. Oh, and this picture that you see right there, that's Austin too. And you can see the Christmas lights twinkling. I keep my tree up all year because it makes me happy. And I figure if Princess Leia can do it, why can't I? I've always done it since we were little. Makes us happy to look at night. We add ornaments to it every year. And it just, Christmas is so happy, right?
Right.
And so I'm very excited about this, Cindy. This is something this is 4 years in the making.
I know.
And I have dreamed about it. I knew I wanted a co-host until Cindy and I started working together again. I was like, she's going to be my perfect co-host. So I didn't want to ask anybody else. I wanted to ask her first. And I knew I could bring the celebrities on because I have the connections from being a fashion designer as well as having the magazines. And then we're gonna do it 3 times a week. It's gonna be a celebrity once a month. It's gonna be something to do with money once a week, and then female entrepreneurs the other day, or 2 days. I haven't decided. Probably the yeah, we'll figure it out. We're still a work in progress, right, Cindy?
Yes, we are, and I'm so excited to be a part of it.
I'm excited to have you.
Well, thank you. I'm just really excited and happy to see where this goes.
It's going to do amazing things because not only do we have the podcast, it'll be a YouTube video on our Contessa Sport channel. So please like, subscribe, and comment on it once we get it uploaded. I'll have it uploaded by tomorrow. So that way you guys can actually watch us talk to Kevin and be a part of that. If you're listening I forgot the name of the if you're listening, thank you for listening. I'm not sure exactly where we're going to put it, but it's going to be on Anchor for sure. And then I haven't decided if we're going to do the other sites or not yet. And then I'm very excited about having a YouTube channel because I've always wanted one. I've always imagined interviewing celebrities on it. And guess what? It's happening.
Yes, it is.
I'm
You've
hugging
made-
you. I'm
Yeah,
hugging you.
you've made all your dreams come true. I'm so proud of you. Or
Uh,
you're working on the ones that haven't come fully true yet.
Yep.
So proud of you.
Thank you so much. My eyes tend to like, well, maybe I'm just happy. Yay, Kevin will be here in 5 minutes.
Happy
Happy
tears.
tears. Kevin will be here in 5 minutes.
Yay.
Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do.
Happy
Happy
dance.
dancing. Happy dancing. We get to interview Kevin. Oh, by the way, he's going to be in our February cover for Contessa's
Awesome.
Court Fashion Magazine. And he's going to be inside spread with like film stills, photos of him, and movie posters. So it's going to be very exciting. And then we're going to have the like a little TV with the link to go in to watch the YouTube video while you're looking at the magazine. Technology is wonderful, right?
Yes, it is. And for those of you who don't know who Kevin Leslie is, he's very handsome.
Oh,
He's got a very large array of movies.
Yes.
He's got quite an eclectic movie history. So I strongly recommend you check him out.
Please check him out. If you're
in more
just
ways
look
than
on-
one, if you wish.
Well, but he's taken. He's engaged.
Oh, but there's nothing wrong
Last
with
time I
looking.
talked to him, he's engaged.
There is nothing wrong with looking, though.
You can look all you want, though. Kevin, I'm sure Kevin doesn't mind. And guess what, ladies? Eye candy for February. Happy Valentine's Day. You're welcome.
Right?
You're welcome. I'm so
Hey,
excited
lots of
to have
thank yous
him
once
on.
you see those pictures.
Yeah, you're gonna be all, oh, he's so dreamy. And I'm like, I know.
He's
That's
got
why
a
he had to be on
very
the
to
cover.
die for little grin. You're gonna love it.
Oh, his grin is amazing.
Yeah.
We better stop gushing all over him. He's gonna just walk in and go, what is this? The Kevin party? Yes, this is a Kevin party.
Well, that's why we get the gushing done first, so that we're
Exactly. So I
we're
can
all
be
good while he's here.
Professional. Be
Right.
professional. I need another drink of water.
Oh,
Do you have a drink? Do you have a drink?
I do. I have hot cocoa.
Oh, that's right. You told me to have hot cocoa. Yum. You need to get me some more of that hot cocoa that you got me last time. I need like 5 boxes. 10 boxes. Give me 10.
Yeah, that's like $35.
Hi. I will pay you back.
I'm just saying.
I'll give you the money before then.
I
She
know.
acts like I'm not good for $35.
No, I know you are. You're good for $35. I'm just letting you know. It's not cheap. It's expensive cocoa.
That's okay because it's so good.
It is. It's really tasty. I'm going to actually give you some of mine because I can only have it a couple times, like maybe 3 times a month at most. So I've got a pretty good stash of it. So I'll give you some of mine for now. And then when I can, I will get to the store and buy you a good stockpile of it.
That would be amazing because I would love some because I drank it all pretty fast because it was so good. I'm like,
it's super yummy.
In my cup that my Cindy got me, right here filled with tea right now. Let me take a sip.
I love those little cups. They're so cute too.
They are so cute.
I haven't gotten to use mine though because Alex bought me a Christmas tree cup that's a lot like those, and so I've been using that because, well, it's a Christmas tree.
Well, yeah.
So
Christmassy, and you know what? It's still Christmassy, right?
Right.
Still Christmas.
Please ignore my phone ringing. I don't answer my house phone.
Oh, I didn't even know you had a house phone.
I do, but it's always just telemarketers, so I just let it ring.
I'm getting my drinks all situated. And I'm so excited. Can you believe this? This is actually happening. It's actually happening. We're here. This is our first taping.
Yep.
We're so excited to have you listening to us. We're so excited of you to be on the zany ride with us. Buckle in because it's going to be zany. We're going to laugh and probably cry and be happy and be fun and help other entrepreneurs, help celebrities with exposure.
On that note,
Yes.
there is somebody I want us to reach out to and see if we can do an interview or bring her onto a podcast at some point.
Uh-huh.
The one who does Archive 81 on Netflix, she is a local woman who is breaking into the big time on Netflix.
Okay, write it down and we'll talk about it after the podcast, but I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in because we live in Spokane, Washington, and I always want to help local people when we can.
Right. And we don't have a lot of people from Spokane breaking out into TV, or movies. So this is a huge opportunity to help somebody from here. I mean, I would love to see more people from Spokane.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Okay.
That was my reminder. You should be here anytime. We'll keep talking until he gets here. We don't have any dead air. I'm so excited. I should tell you a little bit about me. I'm the editor-in-chief of all 11 magazines for Contessa's Court. He's here.
Oh, yep, he's here. There
Hi,
he is.
Kevin.
Hello, Kevin. Nice to meet you.
Hello. Oh my gosh, your accent. Oh, we already told the girls they were gonna swoon. And I'm like, he's taken, ladies. He's taken, but you can look all you want.
That's very kind. I am well, with the accent, I have got a cup of tea, so I'm being very British about it.
I love it. I love it. So we were talking about how you're the most known for Rise and Fall of the Craze, which is on Netflix.
Yeah.
And that you have quite an eclectic array of roles and films that you like to do, and you like to play a bunch of different characters, which is amazing. It's nice to see someone with such a variety of range like you have.
Yes.
That's rare in acting, I think, to have such a wide range.
You're absolutely right. And I think that, unfortunately, to start on the back foot and start insulting the industry, I don't mean
no, that's okay.
But I think a lot of people, when they come to do their projects, their films, they see the character, right? They see an actor performing something, and I think actors sometimes, unfortunately, you can get kind of pigeonholed.
Yeah,
you know?
Right.
And you know, studios or producers or whatever, they kind of see you as that, so they kind of go, "Oh, that's perfect. That's what we need." So sometimes I think actors, they kind of get presented with the same opportunities over and over.
Yeah. Well, and if it's not broke, don't fix it. That's what they think.
Yeah, and for anyone, exactly, that's what I mean. For some it works. For me, always as an actor, I think my strength, I believe, is my versatility. So I do try and exactly what you say, change the kind of parts I play, and
I love that.
Yeah.
We're very excited about you sent us a 2-minute clip of a movie. Was it Lockdown?
Lockdown, yeah.
So excited. Chips forward, all in. I cannot wait to see that. I cannot.
Neither can I.
Wait. When is that coming out? Do you know yet?
I still don't know yet. So I know there was talks with people, but it is it's kind of divisive in its material, and I think I nearly didn't say yes to this film because the part that I was offered, I thought could be quite damaging for your reputation if people, because sometimes the real world kind of forgets that you're acting and it's not you. So
right.
I kind of didn't want to get spat at down the street, to be honest. But the part I'm playing is quite a divisive character who kind of wants to be famous. I'm playing an actor, like he wants to be an actor, and he signs on to this online audition. But actually, he wants to be famous, he wants to be known, and he starts to build a bit of a cult following online. And he's quite divisive with his views. And I mean, not to mention names, but kind of when I was researching for this part, you know, it was people like Tommy Robinson, Lawrence Fox, Katie Hopkins, you know, people that have become quite divisive. I suppose on your side, I don't know it that well, but maybe, you know, like a Trump sort of. So, you know, And I think for the reason I ended up saying yes was I was seeing it in the world. I was seeing it was reflective, and I reflected, and I thought we have a responsibility here because these voices seem to be getting bigger and growing, and so this film, as well as being kind of like a thriller, you know, because it's an actor, like I said, who thinks he signed onto an audition, and this character who's amazingly played by Xander Berkeley, he's on a revenge mission. So it's kind of got the thriller, but
love it.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you've ever seen a film, I think it's kind of phone booth for the modern generation.
Yes.
So, you know, with Keith Sutherland and
yes,
That's a good movie.
that's a really good movie. This sounds amazing. And
just for any actor, right, the fact that you don't move, you know, that whole film is basically set in a phone booth. That's quite a daunting task for any actor. You have to hold the audience for the whole time. I think Tom Hardy did Lock, which was similar. It was just him in a car. You know, it's quite a daunting task for an actor to go, okay, so it's just me, because the film is predominantly me in front of a laptop, and so to, you know, it was quite a scary task to keep everyone interested.
Well, let me tell you, is it online? Can people watch it online? The little 2-minute clip?
Yeah, so the trailer's out on
the trailer's
on
out.
YouTube.
Okay, perfect.
But the film, I'm not sure of its release date yet.
Okay. Well,
Like
let us know.
Looking forward to it.
I'm looking very forward to it.
The kickback is, I don't know how much I can and can't say, but it's having interesting conversations. But I think some people haven't bit the bullet yet because of, like I said, the language. The writing is phenomenal by Bijan Tong, but it kind of cuts and it hits home. And I mean, there was one feedback that I got that my character gave this, you know, one-sided aspect of the Black Lives Matter movement in a monologue, and I think we did it so convincingly that the people that were looking to acquire the film asked for that to be cut out.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, you got to do what you got to do. If it's to get it out, cut it out.
Yeah, but I think, but then there's also an element of, I feel that's what we do. The medium, you know, of the arts is to sometimes challenge the status quo, and sometimes to highlight things, and sometimes things can be an uncomfortable watch, but if it raises the right sort of conversation, then I think you've kind of done your job correctly, right?
Right. Is it that you're trying to find a company to put it out? Is that what you're trying to do? Shop it around?
Yeah, so it's at the distribution stage at the moment. So
okay, well, let's talk about that, because I might have an avenue for you for that film. Yeah. In fact, I wanted to talk to you about something. I love you as an actor. I think you're phenomenal. And would you ever work in America? Would you ever do roles here?
I would love to. I don't know if it was good advice or ill advice at the time, but I remember when I was graduating and I was starting out, somebody basically said, focus on the UK, crack the UK, and then the US will come calling.
Absolutely.
But I know some people, but it hasn't kind of worked out for me that way as of yet. But I know some people that they don't listen to that. They kind of go, right, I'm just going to America, do pilot season. But you know, it's like we all know, it's hit and miss. You know, you could be the lucky 1%, or you could go to 10 years of pilot season and never get a sniff. So,
well, I have a proposition for you. Not proposing, in case you can hear. But
okay.
In case you can hear, I'm not proposing. Proposition, because I am behind the scenes, and you know, this will air, you know, tomorrow, but I've been teasing about it on my Facebook page that I'm working on novels, that I have a connection now where my writing partner, she has a connection with a person that writes screenplays and can do Netflix, gets Netflix deals.
Yeah.
So some of my books are going to be series, multiple movies, things like that. And there's one in particular called The Vector that will be 3 movies and then a series after.
Okay.
And it would, I want you to be one of the leads. Is there a way that we could do that where you're attached to it?
I mean, yeah, I can certainly, I can have a look, have a read, and
Yeah.
I think with anything kind of getting attached to stuff without kind of it being fun or green lit, but I can certainly look into, like LOIs, like giving a
That
letter.
won't be a problem. It'll be funded. That won't be a problem.
Okay. Then yeah, we can certainly, I'd be very interested in having a conversation.
Yeah. Yes. As soon as I can give you the synopsis right now, not now, privately. Or we can wait until the first book is written and then I can send you the rough draft of that and then you'll get an idea of what your character is. It's going to be 3 men and 3 women leads because it's such a broad story.
Yeah.
But you and my boyfriend, who I want, please don't be mad, because it will be my husband. It's 3 husbands and 3 wives, and I really want David Morrissey to play my husband, because this is based off a dream I had, and so my character is named Victoria. I'm going to pick a 21-year-old girl that looks like me when I was 21, and an actress. And I want you to play my best friend's husband. And so we're going to have an actress for her. The 3rd person we want is Cat Williams. So he would be the 3rd star. We would make sure he was on board as well, because this is all based off of something he said. And I'm a huge fan. Something he said in one of his comedy specials. That's how I put the whole story together. So he's got to be a part of it. I don't know if you know who he is. Do you know who Cat Williams is?
Not by name. I'm quite bad at names, but I'm good at faces. I'm sure
he's a comedian.
Yeah.
He's really funny. And so having his name attached would be a big deal. And I'm such a huge fan of yours that I would, if I got to fund it myself and with our business, that's how passionate I am about this and how passionate I am about you being a part of it if you want to.
No, perfect. Listen, we are in dialogue, so I'm very happy to continue that conversation. Because when you say, is it a case of it'll be 3 films and then sort of the series will retell those 3 films, or will it be kind of sequel, prequel of the?
It'll be the 3 films will be. It's going to be 3 all continuing stories. So it's about the building that they're in. I don't want to give too much away about the island that they go to, and then about after, like the aftermath of what's happened, right? So obviously it's imagine a summer flick, right? So one a summer, if it goes to release I really want Netflix. If not, we'll go to Hulu or whoever. But on Netflix, we already got an in, so why not try there first? And I like to have people that I believe in their talent attached to things, and I believe in your talent, and you would be perfect for the role. Perfect. And it's a very well-versed character, so I think you would enjoy playing him. He's rich, he's a tycoon, huge company that you're co-owners with Kat and David Morrissey's character. And which we'll just call him David. Why not? I don't remember the name off the top of my head. And and so it's about
Does that mean I get to get my Succession on? I've really enjoyed that TV series. Have you been seeing any of that?
Yes. No, I haven't seen any of that. So then it would be the 3 movies, and then it would start where the movies end.
Yeah.
So if you'd have to watch the 3 movies first to go, what is this? So that's why we want it all with one company.
I see.
So then people would go, oh, well, I have to watch this now. And then if I would prefer for you to film here, just because I have the setting in mind. We can change it if we need to, but you want to break out in America, so why not?
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And this is not a 1 in 100 chance or 1 in 1,000 chance or 1 in a million chance. This is one chance where I'm saying, hey, do you want to be a part of this? It's going to be huge. And in fact, it's a super secret thing, but we're actually going to start our own production company.
Oh, nice.
That's his court production. So that's how I know it can be funded. That's how I know, and I already have the connection with Netflix. So it's a go. I mean, we
Yeah.
just got to get the formal stuff done. But as far in my mind, it's a go, and I'm a go-getter, and I just go for it. So in my mind, it's already done.
It's done. Yeah, we're already eating popcorn and watching it.
Well, no, not that, but we're at the part where it's filming. We would be on the set. I would love to have it filmed here in Spokane. It's picturesque. It's think of a postcard, mountains, water, everything. And we have a production company here, but hi, if I'm having my own, why go to them, right?
Right, exactly.
And what did you want to say, Cindy?
Oh, no, I was just agreeing with you.
Oh, okay. And I have some questions for Kevin, but let's talk about this later and I can give you more of a synopsis.
Yeah,
okay,
talk
so
about,
go ahead.
But I like the being in control of your own destiny. So like you said,
Absolutely. And I have had my eye on you for a while, meaning your talent and your trajectory. And I'm like, why isn't he famous here? He should be famous here. Well, I'm handing it to you, Kevin. If you want it, I'm giving it to you. There's no rigmarole, no tryouts, no screen tests, nothing. It's yours if you want it. It's yours.
It's very kind. It's very kind.
Okay, so here we go. Tell us about some of your upcoming roles. We talked about Lockdown already.
Yeah, so we spoke briefly about Lockdown, so hopefully that should appear this year. Then up and coming, I've interesting, probably leads on well. So I actually run a production company here. A business partner of mine, Patrick Ryder, who he kind of.
I love Patrick.
Yeah, so Patrick and Christine, they kind of, they started and developed the brand Little Glass Pictures.
Okay.
A few years back, I joined.
Yeah.
And then silently under the radar, we've been trying to make things happen. And hopefully this year, we've got 2 features going into production. The first being a Christmas rom-com.
Oh, yay.
Which we're all, and these are co-productions with M&M Productions.
Okay.
We're excited by this because I think, quoting Patrick, it would be nice to actually do a film that his kids and like my nieces and nephews can actually watch, because
that would be
a lot
wonderful.
of my stuff is quite violent or gangster, and I always kind of get the villain or the bad guy. So for me personally, playing the romantic lead will be quite a good step into, that kind of Hallmark, Netflix, Christmas sort of genre.
Yeah.
So hopefully at the moment we're just finalizing the cast, but hopefully we will be starting to shoot that end of Feb into March.
Yeah, awesome.
And then after that, we've got a sci-fi film, post-apocalyptic.
Nice.
Yeah, again, massive genre. I think when you if you can give safety and reassurance with going with genre-specific films that if you're
absolutely
a relatively new company. So yeah, that's about. It's kind of like similar. I think it was the second Cloverfield that did this. And it was, in the bunker, and there was stuff going on in the world that you didn't know until because you thought they were being trapped, but then they got released. And basically, our film is about 2 sisters. This alien invasion happens, and they leave the city. They go on the run to try and escape and survive.
Oh wow!
And it's kind of all about that, really. It's questioning humanity. Again, I think some of these questions I'm sure will tie into, but those are the sort of films that interest me. The ones that make a difference. You're making a statement. You can highlight something, or you change someone's life. That's the kind of work I ultimately want to be doing. And this sci-fi is, yes, there's the commercial element and making it this big world that hopefully we potentially could franchise, but the pinpoint topic we're discussing in the film is these two sisters that are on the run.
Right.
Not on the run, that sounds like they're criminals, but they're running away to the countryside to try and save themselves. The film questions, what's the biggest risk for them? Is it these aliens or is it humanity, fellow humans? Because
Right.
we have some characters in there that are, you know, once kind of law and order's gone, they just rape, pillage, take what they want.
Oh
Right.
boy. Yeah.
So we're kind of challenging that, because I know you know America's had its own things happening recently that I'm sure you can relate to, but here also in the UK, you know, we had a few years back riots, and it very much feels on a political moment at the moment. It's all simmering and bubbling away, and it could break at any point. There could be like mass kind of rioting, and so you have some films that kind of bring we sound darker, bring humanity together in the face of extinction, where we're challenging the opposite, where in the face of extinction humans actually turn against humans, and these two sisters represent hope, basically, because they're the ones that are still trusting, forgiving, you know. So yeah, hopefully that will be in the summer. So
I'm excited. I'm all in. All in.
Yeah, I like it. It
it.
Sounds like it kind of reminds me of a mixture of the movie Doomsday and the movie Cloverfield. Sounds like it's got some aspects of both of those. So that sounds really exciting and very, very interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of, and exactly like A Quiet Place, The Road.
Yes.
All those sort of films, you know, in terms of feel and so.
Right. I was thinking of Doomsday because of the political aspect and the rioting and things. There's a lot of that in that movie, but then there's also that hope factor from that one small standalone faction that's still trying to bring everyone back together.
Yeah, absolutely. I think more of this one is probably like the political element is all subtext rather than on the page as such, but it's how these characters have allowed themselves to, we're all byproducts of our environment, right? And these characters make choices where the sisters still make hopeful choices and lean towards kindness and generosity rather than selfishness. You know, a perfect example, we had an element here that during the pandemic, people just went out and fleeced all the shops for toilet paper, of all things. But
us too.
Yeah.
You know, it's and the petrol, exactly, the petrol, that's what we're questioning. It makes you question like people's thought process and choice, because actually there wasn't a reduction in stock, it just disappeared because everybody took it. If everybody had acted normally and taken what they needed, there wouldn't have been a shortage, but people don't see it that way. They just take to make sure they're okay. And that's what
absolutely.
Right. And it makes, I like films that make you think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that sounds like one that's going to make you think as well as very much entertain you. So I'm all in. I'm all in.
Exactly. That's a perfect way to put it. We're still trying to entertain the audience, but then 2-3 days later, you're still talking about the film because you're questioning the message within it. That's ultimately the kind of films we want to make. And
those are the best.
Yeah, exactly. And filmmakers that I partner with tend to have similar visions, like Bijan Tong, you know, who I mentioned did Lockdown. He's also done a TV series recently that unfortunately I was supposed to be in, but because of lockdown I couldn't get to Hong Kong. But keep an eye out for that, because that's going to be incredible. And he's got Chungking Mansions, a zombie thriller based in Hong Kong that I'm supposed to be in as well. So we'll see how that develops.
Well, yeah, we'll hope for the best, that all your future endeavors can coordinate schedules, and me, it would go by your schedule. Kat, I'm sure could hop on board. I don't have my heart set on David, but that's what my heart really wants, because I have a big crush on him. Don't tell my husband. Don't tell my husband.
As you know, with this industry, it's a lot of ifs and buts, right? So
Yeah.
everything's with a pinch of salt until, like you said,
Yeah.
until you're on set, and even then you're still looking over your shoulder to make sure, you know.
You're like, is there a camera dude here?
Yeah,
He's
I've
right
heard
here.
I've heard war stories of, you know, actors doing a couple of weeks on a job, then being recast
What?
from the job.
Wow. You know, that happened in one of the most famous films that I love called Valley of the Dolls. I don't know if you've heard of it.
No, I've not heard of that.
But Judy Garland, you know who Judy Garland is, right?
Yeah.
Judy Garland was supposed to play a role in Valley of the Dolls, and they recast her. And you know what? She kept all the wardrobe and wore it to her shows.
Amazing.
I'm like, you go, Judy, you go.
This is it. Like, sometimes actors obsess over the audition, right? And they're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, this is the biggest audition of my career. And you're like, oh, I mean, that's just like 5% of the, if you get through the audition process, fantastic. But then,
yeah,
you know, it's getting on the job, and then the table read under people that have lost work. It just shows you've got to be on the top of your game all the time. Don't take things for granted. Make sure that you're always bringing your A game, because the moment you sit back, someone's waiting in the wings to take it from you. So,
well, that won't happen with me. If I promise you something and you're on board, it's going to happen. I will make it happen. I don't care what I got to do. I will make it happen. I'm that kind of girl. You've seen the magazine. It's been going for a long time. You've been on the cover before. As a February heartthrob. Girls, here's your eye candy. We were telling you. Happy Valentine's Day from Contessa Sport. You're welcome.
Oh, I'm there for a reason. I'm there for the Valentine's edition. I like it.
Yes, because I usually have a lot of girls on the covers, and I'm like, no, we need to have a guy, and I'm going to ask Kevin, and you said yes, and here we are.
Yeah.
Awesome. You already gave me the pictures.
A great metaphor for, you know, example of you don't ask, you don't get.
Absolutely. And it's a no unless you ask. And then it could be I'm having problems with my hair. Ignore me. I had it looking so pretty, and then it's like crazy now. I don't care.
It
YouTube,
still looks pretty.
You're good.
No, it still looks pretty.
Thank you. Okay, so I better ask my questions, right?
Yes.
What do you like about acting?
Ooh, very good question.
Thank you.
For me, I think it's, not to go too deep, it's the art of escapism.
Yes.
So for a long time, while I was maybe discovering who I was, or learning about myself and being comfortable within my skin, it was almost an easier transition to play other people, because there's an element of, it's hiding, really. If to be honest, you're hiding in someone else's skin. So if you play a character and he's a bit of a douche, you could be like, oh yeah, but that's the character, that's not me.
Right.
So that there was an element of that, but ultimately the main thing, what I enjoy most, is I'm fascinated with the human psyche.
Yeah.
So
I can see that.
I always strive to find humanity in characters, find their heart within the character, because we're children are born, right, and they're born innocent, with no prejudice or hatred. So I'm fascinated by where people come from, and like I said earlier, the byproduct of your environment. Is it nature or nurture? You know, do you learn things along the way, or are you scarred from things that happened to you when you were a child? So
absolutely.
You know, and in the wake of things like when we talk about sci-fi and stuff, in the wake of tragic illness or losing loved ones, or what keeps humans going, that I'm very fascinated by that thought of when you see moments in people's lives that you think this is the moment they should throw in the towel. You know, things are just far too much. People find this unearthly strength to overcome it, fight harder, and so I'm obsessed with that, like learning that about people, and I love hearing those type of stories of people that have overcome, you know, tragedy and adversity to turn something n- negative or bad or life-changing into something good.
Me too. I love that. I love a good underdog story or overcoming adversity story. And those make the best stories because it gives everybody hope, and everybody needs hope.
Yeah.
And so we should talk about a film, something like that with you. I don't have anything in mind right now, but I'm sure we can come up with something. Let's see here. Tell me about the book you wrote.
My book, well, I tell you what, these are very good questions because you're leading very well, because
Thank you.
poignant to what I've just said.
Yeah.
So I had tragedy in my own life.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We lost my granddad to COVID.
Oh,
November 2020. So, and we're very close. I look at it from a point of view, I was very fortunate that I had a very strong relationship with both my nan and granddad. Because I'll get onto that as well, but because unfortunately the books become even more poignant because we've recently just lost my nan as well.
I'm so sorry.
No, I appreciate that. It's difficult, but that I think hopefully when it's not raw and when the grieving process has been done, it's something that you learn from and shape from, and can, like I said, I can cherish the fact that I knew them for 30 odd years, where some people don't get to, some people lose grandparents quite early on. So, but I don't know if it was the creative part within me. I've never planned to be a children's author. I'd never planned to release a book, but when we lost my granddad, something just, it's funny what you said, actually. I kind of dreamed the story.
Yeah.
And then again, I just was scribbling. I didn't think it could be a real thing. And then, I don't know, I just kind of went for it and pushed it to make it a real thing. And
absolutely,
another thing about my granddad, he wanted to be a published author.
Okay.
And I felt the sense of maybe an element of guilt that I don't have direct connections, but I felt like maybe I could have done more to facilitate his dream a little bit, put him in touch with some people to try and get some of his work published. So I kind of wrote this children's book about him to share him with the world, and also to put his name in literature. So the lessons that he's passed on to us, his legacy as such, families can read to their children growing up for decades to come.
I love it. And what's the book called?
It's called, I have a copy over here somewhere.
Oh, great.
I'll show you. It's called Grandad Brian and His Stories, The One-Winged Fairy.
I love it.
This is,
I love it. And where's it available?
So you can get it on Amazon or Etsy at the moment.
Perfect.
But I'm open to speaking to anyone because for me, this isn't, obviously it's always nice if you make some money, but this isn't a money venture for me. It's
like
actually a charity. There's a charity in America that I've worked a bit with now and sent a load of copies to, called Comfort Cases, and they provide backpacks for foster children, because
I love that.
he when I'd had the conversations with Rob, they'd said that like nothing's changed. They put all your belongings in a black bin bag, and it's kind of, it's not very dignified, or gives these children, so their charity is all about giving them a backpack, so when they move to their foster home, their stuff is within a backpack. So I provided some books to go into these backpacks.
That's
but yeah,
wonderful.
So there's Grandad Brian and Nanny Pat.
But, I love it.
But yeah, I originally set out, like I said, this was to honor my granddad, but then recently, at the beginning of January, we lost Nan. So it's become even more poignant, this book.
Yeah,
because it
absolutely.
It honors the both of them. I'll just show you that one last one.
Oh,
there she is.
I love that one. That's so cute. What a cute picture.
And I
I love
absolutely
the
love
art.
the charity that you work for.
Yes. Yes.
That's amazing because it's kind of personal to me.
Oh,
I spent a lot of time in foster care myself. So
okay.
I know that life very well and what it feels like to be moved from home to home and have all of your belongings stuffed into trash bags and sent with you, because that really does happen. That's how it was for me every time I was moved to a new foster home. We weren't given luggage, we weren't given a backpack, nothing nice to carry our things in. It was a trash bag or what you could carry in your arms.
Which
Wow.
it's just
That
awful,
makes my
right?
heart sad.
And exactly, and that's and I don't want to take any credit because the work Rob's doing, and please look up Comfort Cases, anyone listening to this, because
Okay.
they're doing the incredible work. I was introduced to Rob via another author friend of mine, June, and yeah, I just, as soon as I heard the story and his mission and what he's trying to achieve, I was just like, here's some books, of course, whatever I can do.
It's
Absolutely.
it's people like you that are willing to do something when you're given the opportunity, that help make these charities be able to help the children and whatever the charity is for. So it is a big deal that you're doing it. I mean, without you, they wouldn't have that help. They wouldn't have those funds to provide these needs for these kids.
Love
So
it.
definitely take some credit for that. I mean,
Yeah.
you deserve it.
I appreciate that, but
Yes.
I didn't want to underline the work that they're doing, because they're doing it 365 days a year.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it takes all of you working together. It takes them with the idea to help as many children as they can and coming up with the charity. And it takes people like you actually putting in the funds or the items or whatever way you're assisting these charities. I mean, whatever way anybody does. So it's a group effort.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, what really strikes you is, I kind of mentioned it before. I don't know if it's, the older I'm getting, the wiser I'm getting in terms of, children are the best of us. They don't ask to be born. So
Right.
to not let a bad beginning define the rest of their life, I think the work they're doing is incredible. To kind of know that they are wanted, to know that they have a place in the world, I think is so important for children to grow up with, because
Absolutely.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, thank you for being a part of it.
Yeah.
As somebody who's lived that life, I appreciate it very much.
You're most welcome.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
On the Hollywood Boulevard after this call. I'll be
Yeah.
there.
That's
No,
gonna happen.
it's a very good question, because I don't know. I think without giving a really lame answer, I honestly think if I'm in 5 years, if I'm still here, I'm still going, I'm still, committed, because it's been a really difficult year for probably 18 months for so many people. The industry has been hit so bad. I mean, over here, we were told by our government to go retrain in cyber. That's how much they appreciated the arts world over here. But so yeah, I think honestly, like if I'm putting bread on the table and I'm still working in 5 years, that would be the ultimate contentment. But more with a wishful thinking hat. I would really love to be in a series like Ozark, something really established on Netflix that, like you said, kind of really puts your talent out there and you can show the world what you can do. I would
Absolutely.
Because like you said,
sorry, go ahead.
No, it's all about, recognition. You could do great work, and I appreciate, people, everyone's lovely comments in terms of, but then how do you, like you said, branch out that then more people get sharing the work you're doing? And
yeah, absolutely. I was going to say the Vector series will let you do that, and the movies. So something to think about, because I thought about that. And I thought, which would Kevin be the best in of the 3 guys? And I'm like, this one right here. Okay.
The plan.
The plan, yes. What are your dreams and aspirations?
Oh, that's kind of good, isn't it?
He likes the hard questions.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, he likes the hard questions. for me, again, I don't want to sound like I'm old before my times, even though I am here with my slippers. I think for me, the dream and aspiration is, well, the answer of like, you know, just good health and being kind of positive and making a positive influence on the world is a big one of mine. And for me, the aspiration is, I nearly gave it all in at one point. I'll be completely honest. And I had a good conversation with family, friends, parents, and I found my why. And what I mean by that, people ask me, why do you do it? You know, what is it you do it for? Why? And now I now use this as anybody, you know, aspiring actors, people up and coming, that I'm like, find your why. Why do you do it? What are you doing it for? Because if it's to be rich and famous, go create some tech and you know, because being a jobbing actor compared to being a famous actor is a completely different world. And for me, my why was, I'm a storyteller. I want to tell stories. I want to influence the world. I want to change people's lives. And what I mean by that is, I remember saying it, an Oscar to me, like I've won some awards.
I know.
I modestly say that, but I don't keep any of them. My parents have them, because to me, they're nice, and they're a nice accolade for people to say, oh, well done, your performance in this, we think you deserve a trophy, but it's not why I do it. And so for me, over winning an Oscar, for example, if somebody ever wrote me a letter and says, your performance in that film helped me get through this, your character, or your, you know, so whether it was like a coming of age story, a coming out story, something that if on screen somebody saw themselves and it helped them deal with everyday life a bit more because they found comfort in what they were watching, that to me is the ultimate dream. That to me is, if I can have that level of influence and power to help people through difficult times, through, you know, it doesn't always have to be intense in its material. You know, some films that are just light to watch do lift people's moods. So for me, that's the ultimate dream. I want to make stuff that helps people.
I love that. I love that so much. Have you ever thought about pitching an idea to a company about that?
I don't know. I've done things, but like I said, I don't really consider myself a writer. So we are internally trying to think of ideas like that. But yeah, certainly, you know, films that A Fault in Our Stars have stuck with me, you know, films that have stuck with me that I do hope that one day I can be a part of a similar thing that will.
I see that happening. We need to talk about that, because like I said, if we have an outline, we can get the screenplay written. Yeah. I'm going to have the production company, so guess what? We can make it. And I'm going to make what me and my husband are passionate about. So we are passionate about a lot of things, and things that make you feel good, things that make you think, things that make you go, why is the world like this now? You know, just things that are empowering, success stories, underdog story. I mean, you know, because I am a very passionate person. I came from living in a trailer park to this, and it's just growing and growing. I never let anybody tell me no. I never believed that I had to be pigeonholed, work for a corporation or a job I was unhappy with. I always just followed my dreams. For the last 10 years, I've been following my dreams. I was a successful fashion designer, onto the magazine's been doing 8 years. Now we're going to do the production company, the books, the Netflix thing. And so if Netflix won't take it, we'll take it. You know, I figure we'll go with the established, and then some projects, you know, like pet projects, like what you're talking about, we'll just fund it. We'll give the green light. We'll let you be the star. we'll let you pick some of the other stars that you want to work with. And we'll make sure you're taken care of. You won't have to worry about it shutting down or anything like that.
Or being recasted.
No,
Yeah.
I promise. I pinky promise, Kevin, that will never happen. Pinky promise.
Right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to throw that in there.
Yeah, and I just I'm such a passionate person. I want to see the world be better. Everybody have everything that they need. And so if we can show that in a movie and make people think and make people go and make people act and make people, really passionate about things, I'm very passionate about that. And
the Christmas spirit, generosity last throughout the whole year and not just for a month.
Right.
Absolutely. And Cindy's known me for 12 years, and she knows what I'm really like. This is me all the time.
Except for she's usually more bubbly. Like
I am.
She's a very
normally more
bubbly, happy person.
Yeah, I haven't done a happy dance yet. Happy. I wiggle the camera to like happy. But no, that's my happy dance. I'm so happy that you are our first podcast. I knew I wanted you to be on the cover. I knew I wanted you to be my first podcast. So I was waiting to be able to schedule when you could do it, because he's in the UK, ladies. He's taken. Remember, he's taken. You can look, but don't touch. Taken. So you're going to have lots of eye candy in the February issue.
Dreaming is allowed.
Dream about him all you want. He doesn't mind. Write him letters. He's on Facebook. He's on Twitter. That's how we first started talking. Twitter. He's Twitter verified. He's Facebook verified. It's really him. See, this is really Kevin. That's how I talk to you. Is I sent you
it's not a stunt double.
Yeah, nope. And it's really him. It's really you. And so you reach out to him on Twitter, reach out to him on Facebook, because it's really him. You just type Kevin Leslie. It's really you. He does answer his messages.
And so I will eventually, if I will get round to it. So,
it might take a little bit, but he'll
some
get to you.
people are like after a week or something, but I do, because without people paying and watching the work and a fan base as such, we don't exist. Or so I do try and, as best as I can, get back to everyone or engage in conversation, because
absolutely,
like I said, without people buying our movies or the films doing well, then
absolutely. And I know some of the films are on Amazon, aren't they?
Yeah, there's I think a Netflix search for my name or an Amazon search for my name, you'll see a back catalogue of stuff. There's on Amazon, there's features, shorts, on Netflix features.
Right.
Yeah.
And remember to watch Kevin on Rise and the Fall of the Craze. Check out the YouTube, type in lockdown in the YouTube search engine so you can see his I know the name of it. Preview? Yeah, preview. My brain just stopped working. Preview. Because Kevin is the 2 minutes, I'm like, why do I have to wait? I want it now. I don't want to wait. That's what that 2 minutes does. I'm like, I'm all in. I told Cindy, we watched it at the same time. I'm like, Cindy, I'm all in. This movie has to happen. This movie has to happen. So Kevin, we'll talk about that later. Is there anything else that you'd like to talk about before we go?
No, just thank you for your time and having me on. I'm very thankful to be your first guest, and hopefully many more to follow.
Yes, we would love to have you back.
Absolutely. It'd be fun to do a follow-up once some of his newer endeavors are released, to have you back and to discuss how things went and what your newest projects are, how those newer released ones are affecting your choices. Yeah.
I'll be back, won't I, to say, I got recast in that one.
No. Hopefully this podcast will help stop that from happening. I mean, I'd like to think we have some kind of power there. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, we do. I mean, that's the one that's like, if you can't get it funded, do it yourself. Right. Yeah. And I have the power to be able to do that. I'm going to make it happen, Kevin. Just wait. Within 2 years, we'll be filming, if not sooner. And we'll talk about it. And it will happen because the book will come out. We'll get the screenplay written. We'll get it pitched to Netflix. And if Netflix doesn't want it, or we might not even go to Netflix, we could just do it ourselves and have it be our first huge thing.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be huge. I know it.
Sometimes they buy, when the product's finished, they buy it and call it a Netflix original anyway, or Sky does it, they call it a Sky original, even though they didn't come on until right at the end. So
right. Lucifer is a prime example of that. It was not a Netflix original, but they claim it as one. I mean, it started out on a TV, a cable channel, and then they dropped it. Netflix bought it, so now it's a Netflix original.
Hey, whatever works. I'm saying I'm going to get the work out there that I'm passionate about, and I want people that I'm passionate about as well to come up with me. I figure bring the people that have already been with you or that you're already fans of with you. Why not? I mean, it's kind of like a pay it forward thing, because I've had a lot of people help me, like William Maltese, who's a world famous author, has 200 books published. He's written for me for now like 5 years. And, he does it, he doesn't have to. And he wants to, and he's from Spokane too, believe it or not. He's from Spokane as well. And so I'm passionate about making these things happen for you, Kevin.
No, I appreciate it. It's actually one of my mantras is, rise together and stay at the top together. That's
absolutely
what I live
and
by.
You are going to get a star. I'm going to say within 6 years you're going to get a star. Quote me, girls. It is 1/25/2002. 2022. In 7 years. Did I say 6 years?
How about 8? Then it's 2030. By 2030, we'll have a star.
2030. It's going to happen. It's going to happen because this series is going to make you blow up and be a huge American star. I can feel it. I know it. I've been waiting to find the perfect actors for it. I have it. I have
and
you.
And I may or may not have already been spreading your name around to everybody I know, telling them to check you out.
Thank you. I'll have to send the money in the post, right?
No. Actually, can we talk about me getting a few signed copies of your book?
Yes, certainly. The children's book? Yeah. Do that. Happily do that.
I want to do we can talk about it later, but I want to do some copies for friends and family, and I want one for myself.
Yeah.
And I collect books that have been signed by authors I know. It's very important to me. I believe in supporting people and I like it signed. I like it to say to Wanda, love Kevin, or Kevin Leslie. So and maybe a heart or something. Because it makes me feel special.
There'll be a little monologue in the back. So
perfect.
I absolutely adore one for my nephew.
Second edition.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin, it's been a delight to have you on. We look forward to see you in other podcasts. Remember to find Kevin on the cover of the magazine as well as inside. We'll be releasing early February. I'll announce it on Facebook. So please follow me on Facebook under Wanda Julian Johnson. And make sure to follow Kevin under all of the things, Facebook, Twitter. Look him up on IMDb so you can see everything he's created and how diverse and amazing actor he is. And you're going to blow up here in America. I feel it right now. I'm like, got goosebumps. I'm like, ah!
It also helps American women love British accent.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to help immensely.
Yeah, they do.
A
lot of shows now, they kind of have a token Brit, right? There's always somebody I see.
They do. They really do.
Well, why can't you be why can't you be it?
Right.
Yeah. And be a star
absolutely.
here? Why not? I'm saying scoot your tips all in. All right, Kevin. Thank you so much.
It was so wonderful to meet you and to talk to you.
It was
a delight.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, Kevin.
Bye. Bye.
That was so enjoyable. I'm so glad our first experience was with Kevin. I'm so excited. And I know, Cindy, you're really going to have a production company for movie. Cindy, that's my favorite thing in the whole entire world. What's my favorite thing? Movies, TV, books, and fashion.
I know.
It
Oh no, I
normally
know
makes
if
sense,
anybody
right?
can do it, it's you.
And
So
it'll be based in Washington. I'm not exactly sure where, but wherever we have it based, it's a drive from Spokane. It's not a big deal. And you know, like we would make sure Kevin has a house for him and his fiance, and you know, nice accommodations and stuff like that. Because I've read, and I can't believe this, I've read that you have to pay for your own lodging and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, if they're making them travel to America or wwherever, that should be all paid for
right.
the stars. Like with Game of Thrones, they paid for a hotel. They just rented out the all the a bunch of floors in the hotel, so the whole cast could stay in the hotel, and then they would do all kinds of after shooting shenanigans, and it's really fun to see those pictures. And so I want that environment for the cast here or wherever we decide to do it, because I want them to know that they have a secure place to live, don't have to worry about bills, don't have to worry about anything. And then on top of that, they get their pay as well. And so I think it's kind of ridiculous that you have to find your own, pay for everything on your own.
Well,
like it shouldn't be like that.
there's kind of a flip side to that too, though, because
Yeah.
I know this, you know, I love Johnny Depp. Don't get me wrong,
Mhm.
but I don't know if you're aware that he used to own a house here in Spokane on the South Hill.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, years ago he did. However, he's a prime example of why a lot of places, a lot of movies and productions and stuff make actors and actresses pay for their own places. It's because they tend to party and trash the hotel rooms, and then guess who gets stuck with that bill? The production
Right.
company.
Right.
And they got tired of it
Well,
because, like Johnny Depp, for instance, back in his partying days,
yeah.
I remember reading and he laughed about it. He actually did an interview about it years ago
Yeah.
where he
Mhm.
trashed this hotel room and did over $100,000 in damage to this hotel
Wow.
suite. Like where they
Wow.
had to rip up flooring and tear out walls and rebuild basically essentially this whole hotel suite because
Wow.
of the damage that he did. And musicians are notorious for it as well. So I
Wow.
kind of get why. I mean, it's terrible. They shouldn't have to.
Right.
The majority shouldn't have to pay for what the few do.
Right.
But at the same time, it's such a huge cost when some of them keep doing that sort of activity. So I see both sides of it. So there, it's
Yes.
it's not completely unfounded. It just sucks.
Right. Yeah, I feel you on that. And we
And I
would just
mentioned
have it be part of their contract.
right. And I mentioned the South Hill thing because he used to regularly trash his South Hill house. And I know
Yeah.
that because my best friend, childhood friend, Angel,
Uh-huh.
her father was very, very rich. She lived a very poor life because he was not a good father. He was an absent father, but she did get to go
Yeah.
see him once in a while. And he was actually next door neighbors to Johnny Depp.
Wow.
And it was not uncommon on the weekends for Johnny Depp when he was here in Spokane to be having huge parties and trashing the house. Hi, Pumpkin.
Really?
Interviews done.
Hi.
Oh, there goes
Love
the phone
you.
again. I'm not answering you because I know that you're just a telemarketer. Go away.
Okay. Well, we're gonna wrap up the show. I'm gonna stop the taping, and we're gonna still talk, but it won't be taped. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I
Thank
didn't
you,
even.
everybody, for listening.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
everybody watching the YouTube video. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, please. We will respond back. Me and Cindy will go through the comments and respond back. Please try to be positive. This is a place of positivity, caring, and loving. And, you know, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. This is an escape for you. This is an hour of happiness for you to listen to. Whether it's on the podcast, thank you for listening. Whether it's the YouTube video, thank you for watching. And we appreciate you. We care about you. We love you. Heart, 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 heart.
Mhm. Bye.